Reshaping Sarasota's beautiful bayfront. Today we have new images of the Performing Arts Center planned for there. A new way to tackle red tide, what one group wants to do to try to keep tabs on the harmful algae. And an elementary school student from the Suncoast, now a published author. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at noon.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon, the future of Sarasota's bayfront and what could replace a 50-year-old landmark. You're looking live at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall on our tower cam right now. The big purple building has been a fixture on the waterfront for decades for concerts, shows, and gatherings. But today, we're learning more about what may soon replace it. The Sarasota Bayfront Planning Organization is releasing these renderings showing what will be called the Sarasota Performing Arts Center. The state-of-the-art facility will seat about 2,200 people and will sit along the bayfront right next to the 10th Street boat ramp. Plans include an education center, improved acoustics, and new event spaces. Van Wezel Foundation is partnering with the Bay to coordinate planning efforts. The Tampa Bay Rays also unveiling plans for a state-of-the-art stadium in Tampa's Ybor City. But one question remains unanswered, and that's where will the money come from to build it? The new $892 million ballpark will have a translucent roof and walls that will open when the weather is nice. It would be the smallest stadium in Major League Baseball with a little more than 28,000 seats. Some think Ybor City is the perfect location.
It sits not only in the center of the city with the urban core and Ybor, it's also the center of the Tampa Bay. It's the heart of Tampa Bay, you know, between St. Petersburg and New Tampa, Lakeland, and Clearwater. You know, within a 30-minute drive distance around the ballpark, we capture 1.6 million of our community residents.
The Rays deal at Tropicana Field runs through the year 2027, but the Rays can negotiate an early departure. A man accused of breaking into a Holmes Beach house last month and beating up the homeowner could be connected to other burglaries in the area. Police say they have found many stolen items inside the suspect's storage unit on Cortez Road, including guns, artwork, jewelry, and bicycles. Police are now trying to determine if Mark Snyder burglarized other homes in the area. Snyder was recently arrested for robbing a home on 75th Street and beating up the 71-year-old homeowner.
It's great to get this kind of person off the streets and be able to recover this amount of property that was found. So hopefully we'll be able to put all the pieces together and connect the dots with all the victims.
It was extremely shocking, but I would say burglaries happen more than you think out on the island. Canal access is very easy.
Snyder remains behind bars on $50,000 bail. Police say they'll release more photos of the possibly stolen items in the near future. Northport Police Department is hoping you can help them catch a purse snatcher. Police are releasing photos of the man they think did it. Police say he stole a purse out of a car that was parked at a Circle K on Grand Venture Drive back on July 5th. The victim was vacationing here and lost all of her money, ID cards, and jewelry. If you know anything about the case, you recognize the man in the photos, call Northport PD. Well, one of the best things about the Suncoast, the beaches. But recent red tide outbreaks have killed sea life and caused some problems for beach lovers. One Suncoast resident thinks more needs to be done, and ABC 7's Stephanie Webb is here with her story. Stephanie?
Thank you, Scott. Well, we do have the most beautiful beaches here on the Suncoast, but red tide is a problem. Blooms of red tide kill fish and other sea life and can cause all kinds of breathing issues while you're on the beaches. It is a naturally occurring algae bloom, but it can be exacerbated by fertilizers, human and animal waste, and other pollution. Mote Marine, teams at USF, and Florida Fish and Wildlife have all been studying it and looking for a solution for years. Now, one Suncoast resident, fed up with seeing all of that dead wildlife, thinks it's time to get creative and wants to form a think tank of mayors from Naples all the way to Sarasota that could pool all their resources together to find a solution.
I was absolutely devastated viewing the videos of the animals dead on the beaches, the fish and the tortoises. And I think if we don't all start screaming a little bit, it's not going to get better. And so if I can scream, or if I can get the mayors, I mean, they have positions of power. If I can somehow coordinate them, we have these dots of people doing things like Mote Marine And so if I can somehow weave all these thoughts together, perhaps we can find an answer.
Well, Nelson obviously isn't alone in her frustration. Red tide and other environmental problems in the state are quickly becoming a big issue in this year's November election, mostly because it comes how much they will affect those state tourism dollars. Back to you, Scott.
It sure does. All right, Stephanie, thank you so much. Let's get a check on our weather right now. Another thing doesn't help is a west wind.
That's right. That's right. Luckily, we've had an east wind here for a while, with, of course, the sea breeze out of the west. But today's reports from Mote Marine are a little bit better than they have been in the past, so that's good news. I know a lot of people working awful hard at Mote Marine trying to find a root cause for what is our red tide outbreak here. Now, basically, it's been a southward, and basically it's in the low category as far as any kind of irritants that are in the air, not necessarily pollutants in the water or red tide bloom in the water, but the amount of pollutant irritation that you get in the air at the beaches. So that's a good thing. And I mean, we had seen some moderate levels there for a while, and that seems to have trended back down. Of course, it changes on a daily basis, almost an hourly basis, really, depending on the direction of the wind blow. So we'll keep updating you and let you know how it develops. Today, we have generally a southeasterly wind, so that's good. That kind of pushes things back out to the coastline. But it's warm now, and we'll certainly develop a bit of a sea breeze, I think, as we head into the next probably couple of hours. And certainly tomorrow, I think we'll start developing a more westerly flow as opposed to a southeasterly flow, so that could impact things as well. Red tide is one thing, but of course thunderstorm activity is another here on the Sun Coast, and we don't have a lot of that going on right now, though we did have some during the overnight last night and had some around this morning as well. But lots of sunshine and warm temperatures. The amount of rainfall that we got last evening, a little bit over an inch, so some pretty good rainfall in some locations. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few, Scott.
Thank you, John. President Trump is overseas, turning up the pressure on America's allies at the annual NATO summit. The president is in Brussels, demanding NATO's European members pay more for their own defense. ABC's Molly Hunter shows us how the trip is going so far.
The day started off with a bang. President Trump taking advantage of a photo op to rip into America's European allies.
The United States is paying far too much, and other countries are not paying enough.
And again over pastries, blasting Germany.
I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia.
U.S. and NATO officials seeming to squirm.
But the strength of NATO is that despite these differences, we have always been able to unite around our core task to protect and defend each other.
Trump shot back again.
So we're supposed to protect Germany, but they're getting their energy from Russia. Explain that.
All evidence of the widening split between America's stalwart European democratic allies and the Trump administration.
NATO is as vital to us today as it ever has been.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel also reiterating her country's commitment to the alliance, saying she knows there will be different viewpoints
Als die Bundesrepublik Deutschland.
and that tension promising to deliver a fiery couple of days.
We have a very, very good relationship with the Chancellor.
Icy cold right there. And Angela Merkel did respond saying she's so happy they have this opportunity to talk about the economic future. But that look right there pretty much sums up the first day of NATO. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
President Trump's Supreme Court Justice nominee, Judge Brett Kavanaugh, is now on to his next challenge. He's trying to win over lawmakers on Capitol Hill before his confirmation hearings. Most Republicans are very pleased with the conservative judge, but the road to his confirmation may be tough. Senate Democrats are already out in full force pushing against him. Another big issue in all of this, abortion rights. There's discussion on whether Kavanaugh will be the swing vote to overturn the 1973 decision to legalize abortion. The Secretary of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Ben Carson, will visit Sarasota tomorrow. He's taking part in a book giveaway for children in subsidized housing. Carson is a former neurosurgeon and best-selling author who ran for president in 2016. President Trump later picked Carson to run HUD. Thursday, Carson plans to visit the Sarasota Housing Authority Early Childhood Learning Center. A 9-year-old Manatee County girl may be the youngest published author on the Sun Coast. Rael Holmes has written a book called Small Tales from Rael. The book is a series of short stories with suspenseful twists. The paperback is aimed at young readers in the 5 to 12 age range. Small Tales from Rael is available at Barnes & Noble or through Amazon.com. And this all began after she brought home something she wrote at Rowlett Academy in Manatee County.
My mom was like, wow, so you wrote this in school? And I was like, yeah, I wrote it, because I write every single time in my free time. So I asked my mom, Mommy, I want to be a writer. Can I be a writer? And she said, if you want to be a writer, you just have to follow your dreams and you'll be able to be a writer.
And now she is. Rael's mother, Jennifer, says she's proud of her daughter. Summer camp directors at Booker Elementary in Sarasota ordered 100 copies of her book and invited Rael to come and read to the campers tomorrow. Congratulations. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the survivors of the miracle cave rescue in Thailand, what obstacles that soccer team and their coach must still overcome to fully recover. Plus, a fight over a flag now headed to court. How a veterans dispute with a HOA escalated. That story coming up. Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
your child's classmate,
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us.
Help the hungry.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota for big savings during the Jeep Celebration event. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers, or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we had a nice little light show last night. Numerous thunderstorms kind of moved on through. Kind of surprising, actually, and produced a fair amount of rainfall under slow-moving storms. This one, night lightning shot, came in from Jack, who is 12 years old, and shot that nice photo. Another viewer photo, Emerald Harbor. Alexa sent this in. Again, one of our junior weather watchers and photographers. That's a beautiful shot, I think. And Jeffrey also sent this shot in from Siesta Key Sunset. We had a nice sunset, actually, and the showers kind of started a little bit later. I think they'll start a little bit earlier today because of the warm temperatures that we have out there. 89 degrees already. We have a dew point value of 70 and a feels like temperature coming in at 94. Dew point value just a little bit less thanks to that little easterly component to the wind. By 3 p.m., we'll have about a 20% chance of showers. Then those showers will kind of drift back toward the coastline, giving us a total of about 30% chance for the day, I think. And then as we head into the midnight hour, everything kind of settles down just a little bit. We'll have a little residual cloud maybe by tomorrow morning, maybe a few offshore showers just as we had this morning with that southeasterly wind flow. You can see the showers that developed yesterday morning or this morning right along the coastline as that kind of line of showers exited out into our near Gulf waters and then kind of faded away. We have more showers down to the south, kind of a slug of moisture, a little trough of low pressure, upper level trough of low pressure kind of swinging by the Florida Keys. That could help enhance our rainfall chance just a little bit, though currently everything's quiet. Nothing going on here locally, probably not for the next couple hours for sure anyway, before we start to see some pop up in the interior sections. So we continue to monitor this area of disturbed weather. That was Beryl. Now it's just a cluster of showers. Still given about a 50% chance for perhaps regeneration over the course of a 5-day period as it lifts north and then eventually whisked out, caught up by the same trough that's carrying Chris away. We also have this little trough just in front of it that's kind of moving across South Florida, as I mentioned. And so there's Chris, and pretty well-defined eye earlier on, kind of filled up with clouds for a time. Now it's looking more formidable again. Has the potential, I suppose, of maybe developing a little bit more over the next 24 hours, certainly maintaining its energy. But it will be whisked out quickly past Labrador up toward Iceland as we go through time. 100-mile-an-hour winds right now, down just a little bit in intensity. Still Cat 2, though. Probably becoming extra tropical and losing a lot of its characteristics over the course of the next couple of days and then rapidly moving out into the open Atlantic. So no issue for us there. And then we have this cluster of clouds, which is forecast to lift northward, maybe re-intensifying into Beryl once again, and then drifting off to the north into the east, paralleling the United States coast. Again, no issue for us here locally. We have the trough of low pressure picking these systems up and carrying them out to the northeast. We also have this area of high pressure, which is building in over Gulf waters and will provide us with a westerly wind flow as we head into the weekend. That promises us some changes as we head into the weekend in terms of the timing of our storms. Southwest wind comes in at about 10 knots, and the forecast for the week ahead looks like this. We'll have about a 92 today, tomorrow, day after is about the same. Rain chances 30, 20%, something like that. Over the course of the weekend, our rain chances do go up, and they kind of hold there as we go into next work week. Scott?
John, thank you so much. In HealthSmart today, a little bit of good news when it comes to your wallet and prescriptions. The drug giant Pfizer is hitting the pause button on some planned price hikes. The company now says it will roll back drug price increases that went into effect at the start of the month. President Trump said on Monday that Pfizer should, quote, be ashamed about the price hikes. The head of Pfizer says they want to give the president more time to work out plans for the healthcare system. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is taking another swipe at Obamacare. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services says it will provide $10 million for the Affordable Care Act's Navigator program this fall. In 2016, the Navigators received $63 million. The agency defends the trimmed budget by saying the Navigators are ineffective. But critics say Americans need as much information and access to health care, and this move will do just the opposite. Open enrollment for the health care program starts in November. Time now to head over to the kitchen and say hello to ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. Hi, Judy.
Sometimes the simple things make the best meals. So today I'm making pan-seared chicken cutlets. Now I'm not going to bread them. Traditionally you can bread the cutlets, dip it in egg, dip it in flour, dip it in breadcrumbs. You can omit the flour and use gluten-free breadcrumbs. They have them in most stores, certainly at the Fresh Market. But just to keep it a little bit lighter, I'm just going to season them with garlic salt, one of my favorite ingredients. All my chef friends tease me, but I grew up in it, and it really brings out great flavor when you're cooking Italian style. It's going to be a really light dish with baby wild arugula, mozzarella salad. We're going to layer it up. I have some grilled asparagus to go with it and some fresh lemons. So stay with me the hour, and we're bringing you pan-seared chicken cutlets layered with arugula mozzarella salad. I think you're going to really enjoy it.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running, and right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
A veteran in Jacksonville says he was forced to sell his home after paying hefty fines for flying an American flag. Now his dispute with the Homeowners Association is heading for trial. Lana Harris shows us how this all escalated.
They say home is where the heart is.
Oh, absolutely.
And for Air Force veteran Larry Murphy, his heart is with his country.
One day I was thinking about the country and everything, and I put a small American flag on my front porch in a flower pot.
It wasn't much.
It's a small flag.
But it had meaning.
But it stands for a big thank you for what they do.
But Murphy says the HOA at Sweetwater didn't feel the same.
I got a violation letter that stated the American flag was an unauthorized object and for me to take it down.
Naturally, this veteran refused.
They started fining me up to $1,000 because I wouldn't take the flag down.
So that's when he got lawyer Gus Saris involved.
We believe we have the legal right to display the American flag. We filed suit in federal court.
Saris says they came to an agreement that the flag could be flown, but a few months later, Saris says the HOA changed that flag ordinance to a flower pot ordinance.
Somehow they recategorized it and started doing the same thing again.
Murphy was again being charged $100 every day he did not remove his flag. And here's the kicker. He says his HOA was using his HOA fee money to pay off the fines unbeknownst to him.
So the fees, the monthly homeowners fees, were not being paid. And that's how they were able to get a lien on his property.
Murphy says this legal battle has now drawn on for 7 years. And all the while, he says the HOA kept finding new ways to fine him.
I just started nitpicking every little thing that I did.
He says he eventually had to sell his home to avoid being foreclosed on.
Sold my place at a tremendous loss. Got out of here.
But although Murphy has moved on, his legal battle is still ongoing.
Somebody had to stand up and say, this is not right.
That's Lana Harris reporting. Well, time now to head over to the kitchen again and check in with Judy Gallagher and find out how lunch is coming along.
Okay, so we have the chicken cutlets. Now I pay a little bit extra and I get them already in cutlet style so I don't have to pound them out. It's worth it, and chicken breasts are on sale on Tuesdays back at the lower price of Fresh Market. So I stock up. It's a great thing to have in the freezer. I'll just label whether they're cutlets or chicken breasts, and that way I have them for a month to make different dishes with. Lots of garlic salt. I know, I told you, that's like my hidden little gem that I love. And a fair amount of some cracked black pepper and just some regular salt. Now we're going to use a nice quality olive oil in the pan. We're not going to use too much, but enough that it's really going to give that seared flavor. You can see as the chicken breasts are starting to get the white on the outer part, that means they're starting to brown. So I'm going to give this about probably another 3 minutes per side, and then we'll be able to pull those off. Now in the meantime, we're going to get ready to make the salad for when we come back. I have fresh, organic, wild arugula. Now wild arugula is great because it's that real spicy type. You can also get it over at a place like a garden store, a farmer's market. Jessica's Stand on Friday afternoons, Saturday mornings when they're open, their arugula just has this really intense peppery flavor, and that's what you want. We're going to mix that with sliced fennel, about the size of one bulb, making sure you take out the core. And then we're going to hit it, whoops, we'll get rid of that since it touched the chicken. Then we're going to hit it with a fair amount of zest of lemon, because I just love the zest of lemon. Now over here I have some jarred red peppers. I have some small mozzarella balls. These cost about $4.50 for in a container. And I have some organic grape tomatoes. So look at that. The chicken breast, that's perfect. That's just what we're looking for. Turn it over, let it go another 5 to 6 minutes depending on the heat and temperature of your stove, and then we'll come back and we'll start to layer this great fresh dish, easy to pack up to bring to the beach for sunset. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, and you're struggling to pay your bills while your case is dragging on, that's where Oasis Financial comes in. Only Oasis has Oasis Express Cash that can get you from $500 to $25,000 in as little as 24 hours, faster than anyone else. There's no risk and no out-of-pocket cost.
It was so simple. I made one phone call. Oasis was able to give me the money within 24 hours.
To pay for my electric bill, my rent, and my groceries for my children.
And even if you end up losing your case, Oasis lets you keep the money. So there's absolutely no risk to you. You don't have to worry about repaying Oasis.
If I had lost my case, then I wouldn't be responsible for paying the money back. And that was a blessing.
Oasis, they killed it, man. They helped me out. They gave me my life back.
See how much money you can get before your case settles. Call Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case. 1-800-874-8185. 1-800-874-8185.
tomorrow at 9 on Suncoast View.
It's a big day in our Suncoast View family. We celebrate Linda turning 80 years young. I'm Joey Panic. On Suncoast View, we'll toast Linda with her favorite wine. We'll have a rosé tasting from Michael's Wine Cellar. Linda loves live theater, and a Suncoast singer stops by to preview Venice Theater's Summer Cabaret Festival. Plus a new exhibit at Selby Gardens, and the chef from the Westin is in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 9 on Suncoast View.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Coming up, a boys soccer team rescued from a Thailand cave, now recovering, doing well in a hospital. The close call rescuers faced near the end of that operation. Plus, what caused a deadly explosion in Wisconsin that leveled several buildings. And thanking those who helped buy protective vests for Suncoast canines.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. The 12 boys and their soccer coach trapped inside a cave in Thailand for more than 2 weeks are now beginning their road to recovery. ABC's Linda Lopez shows us how the group is doing and what obstacles they must still overcome.
The 12 soccer players and their coach now safely recovering in the hospital after their harrowing 18-day ordeal inside the flooded cave. Parents unable to get closer than about 6 feet away from their sons. 3 of the boys are suffering from lung infections. Doctors saying they'll probably stay in the hospital 7 to 10 days. The U.S. mission commander today praising the divers and Thai Navy SEALs for getting the boys out safely.
We knew that this was extremely risky with a low probability of success.
Their heroic actions helping to bring a happy ending, but we're learning it could have had a very different end for the last divers who left the cave. The main pump, which had pumped out hundreds of millions of gallons of water, failed right after the 13th member of the group, the coach, was rescued. The governor ordered them out, the divers abandoning equipment and hundreds of air tanks inside. But celebration, singing, and dancing as the last came out safely. There had been early speculation that their coach might face criminal charges for bringing the boys inside the cave. But he's now being credited with giving the boys his rations to survive. And he wrote a letter to parents apologizing. Parents now saying he was someone they trusted, responding with a letter of their own, writing, "Do not blame yourself. Thank you for taking care of the little ones."
And we're learning today that when the boys finally came out of the cave, before they said they even wanted to see or hug their parents, they said what they wanted most was to watch the World Cup. Linda Lopez, ABC News, New York.
Well, right now, Japan is dealing with one of the deadliest natural disasters to hit that country in years. Landslides and flooding caused by torrential rains have killed another 21 people. That brings the total of those killed in this natural disaster to 176. The Japanese Chief Cabinet Secretary says another 9 people are missing. Some 75,000 first responders have been deployed to the area for search and rescue operations. New details this afternoon on an explosion that killed 1 firefighter and leveled several buildings in Wisconsin. The massive gas explosion rocked the city of Sun Prairie last night. Video from the scene shows several buildings destroyed, cars on fire. Police say a contractor hit a natural gas main. And then about 40 minutes later, the explosion happened right in the middle of an area filled with bars, restaurants, and businesses.
This big boom, and it knocked me to the ground. And I felt it like it took the breath out of my body. Ran outside, and I saw a mushroom cloud.
Everyone in a 5-block radius was evacuated, including those rushed out of a nursing home. More than a dozen people were hurt. At least 5 buildings have significant damage. New at noon, the group trying to ban greyhound racing in Florida is getting more support. This November, voters will consider Amendment 13, which would ban racing. Even though the election is months away, 2 animal rights groups are donating big bucks to the committee backing the amendment. The Humane Society of the U.S. and Grey 2K USA Worldwide have each contributed $100,000. Meantime, the Florida Greyhound Association is trying to keep the amendment off the ballot. The group filing a lawsuit which claims the ballot language is flawed. A big thank you to dozens of donors who are protecting some valuable crime fighters. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office honoring more than 40 people who helped the agency buy ballistic vests for its canine unit. Canine handlers and their dogs were there to show off the potentially life-saving vests. These custom-fitted devices cost about $1,700 each, and a GoFundMe effort raised enough money to help buy 5 of them, so each dog is now protected. Pretty cool. Nice community effort there. And some nice weather so far today out there.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, we had some showers and thunderstorms around this morning, just off the coast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were up early enough, but it was quite a little light show going
was it?
on. Oh, it was something else.
Well, I heard them at 11 o'clock last night.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were quite a few of them around. In fact, that line kind of created a little boundary that moved out into the Gulf and created the morning showers. And now we've got one lone shower, a pretty good one as well, in St. Petersburg in Pinellas County. That peninsula, of course, easier place to build storms than our area at this time of morning. So, you know, clearly we've got some more moisture in the atmosphere now. The dry air that was being brought down by Hurricane Chris, which is now leaving. It's just now on the image here, kind of moving underneath our ABC7 logo there. The drier air located just to the north is kind of retreating, and now some moisture down to the south, indicated by those turquoise colors, is beginning to increase across the peninsula from south to north. That's going to increase our rain chances today as well. We'll go with about a 30% chance total, with a daytime high temperature of 92 and it feels like of about 100 to 105. We'll talk about the forecast in just a second. Scott.
Thank you, John. If you see some smoke today, don't worry. Manatee County is conducting 2 prescribed burns this afternoon. The county's Parks and Natural Resources Department burning about 25 acres at Perico Preserve, which has closed to the public today. Another prescribed burn is happening at Emerson Point Preserve on Sneed Island. That's where about 8 acres will be burned. The park's south trail leading from the environmental classroom parking area will be closed for several hours. All other areas, though, of that preserve will remain open today. Coming up on all new ABC 7 News at 4, a popular tourist attraction in the Bahamas quickly turned dangerous for a South Florida nursing student. The reminder she's sending everyone when you spend time around wild animals. Plus, the way you park on a popular Suncoast beach could change. What county commissioners are talking about for Siesta Beach. We hope you'll join us this afternoon for ABC 7 News at 4. All right, back to the kitchen now and check on lunch with Judy Gallagher.
Well, welcome back. We've got the chicken just about finished. Little lemon zest added at the very end of the pan. And we will turn the temperature down, let that sit right in the pan to finish up. Now, we talked about the baby arugula and sliced fennel, nice and thin, and lots of zest of lemon. That alone makes my happy time. You can add some organic grape tomatoes sliced in half. You can also throw a few in the pan. Flashing tomatoes brings out the extra nutrients in it that make it even more healthy and balanced, so I really love it. Drain the mozzarella balls. You can also just cut up pieces of fresh mozzarella if you like. I don't use burrata in this dish because it's a little too runny. It's a little too loose and creamy, so this is going to be perfect. Let's go another hit of garlic salt. My mother taught me the garlic salt, and I have to tell you, all my friends used to say, oh, your mother makes the best salad. Your mother makes the greatest hamburgers, and it was all because of garlic salt. So, salt and pepper, garlic salt, and then let's get some lemon in here, and a lot of lemon in here because we want to do the vinaigrette style. So there we go. Juice of a whole lemon, zest of about 2 lemons, and we've really got some flavor. And we have a little zest already in the chicken. So now we start with the layers, okay? So we're going to take that seared chicken breast, and then what we're going to do is we're going to toss the salad. There we go. And notice when on commercial break, I switched out my tongs for my other red tongs because one is with raw chicken. We never want to do that. We always want to have a set available. So I'll keep 2 or 3 sets next to me. Little olive oil, not a lot. We're letting the lemon kind of stand out as its primary, and a splash of an aged balsamic. Now, when I say a splash, you really just want it just so it has just that teeny little bite. That's about all you need. You can certainly use red wine vinegar as well. I'm going to start to layer the salad, and when you come back, it'll be ready to have a bite with some fresh basil on top. I'm really excited. It's so easy. You can make this for dinner tonight.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Judy here, I think hospice was a tremendous source of support for her.
Absolutely. With Jennifer and Kimberly and Liza's constant contact with us, coming in, just knowing that there was someone with knowledge there to back us up, to answer our questions, it made a world of difference.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we are watching a very warm afternoon beginning to evolve. 89 degrees our air temperature with a 70-degree dew point. 94, the feels like already. We're well on our way to seeing 100-degree feels like temperature this afternoon. 92, I think we'll see by 3 with about a 20% chance of showers beginning to develop in inland areas, increasing in coverage and then drifting back toward the coastline. 30% chance should just about do it as a maximum amount of rainfall we see today. Then I think as we head into the later evening hours, everything kind of just settles down. So we had those showers build yesterday. They moved, the line did, into the Gulf where they regenerated. Lots more moisture available across the entire peninsula for showers today. We've got some ongoing just to our north, and we've got that little trough of low pressure down to our south, helping to inject moisture into our atmosphere. A southeast wind has now developed, which is a moist wind. So across the entire eastern part of the United States, really, and the near Atlantic, we've got Chris, we've got what's left over of Beryl. But I think the most impact that we see in our weather comes from this little trough of low pressure injecting moisture into the southern part of the state. That and a little wind shift out of the southeast is helping to add to the moisture content of our air. And that'll be the case over the next several days. This is the moisture in the atmosphere available from rain, from the ground right up to the tippy top of the atmosphere. And it, in this graphic here, the redder areas, redder is wetter. So we'll watch as this kind of slug of moisture begins to move and migrate right over us. With time, the dry air retreats away, and we're left with more like typical summertime weather for us, which is a pretty good chance of rainfall, especially as we head into next week. I think we'll probably start to see the rainfall chances up there at about 40–50%. So we'll also develop this high-pressure ridge out in the Gulf, which will provide us with this westerly wind flow. This trough of low pressure scoots across the state. All of that kind of adding together to enhance our rainfall chances a little bit over where it has been. Mostly sunny today, few evening showers, and then better weekend rain chances. As I mentioned, from Venice southward is where we're starting to see a little bit of red tide toxin in the air, creating some irritation, respiratory irritation, according to the Mote Marine spotters, but it's low. Most areas really not seeing anything like that, having no issues whatsoever. But again, this kind of evolves away, and we update this every day at noon, so stay tuned, and we'll give you updates as we get them in from Mote Marine. Forecast for us today for boating looks good. Don't really see too many issues here. Maybe a stray shower. That's the worst of it, though. Southwest wind at about 10, becoming more westerly this evening at about 10, turning southeast overnight again tonight. Light chop, 2-foot seas on your bay and inland waters. Pretty nice boating weather today. Daytime high tops out about 92, 30% chance of showers today. We'll go with about a 20% chance tomorrow, 92. As we head into the weekend, we'll up the rain chances a little bit, more atmospheric moisture, a little shift in the winds, 90, 91 degrees for a daytime high. And as we move into next work week, I think we'll keep that rain chance pretty typical for this time of year at 50, 40%, something like that. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. In consumer news, Sarasota Bradenton International Airport unveiling news plans to expand on property it already owns. This is an area, well, this is a view of the airport here. SRQ wants to find someone to lease the 92 acres north of where the two runways intersect. The offering is part of the airport development project that includes the recent commissioning of a new air traffic control tower. Electric car producer Tesla is expanding into China. The company says it plans to build its first factory outside of the United States in Shanghai. Tesla says it has signed an agreement with the Shanghai City Government Agency, and construction will start in the near future. Production there should begin in about 3 years after that, and then eventually that factory will produce about 500,000 vehicles each year. So you need a little more laughter in your life? Well, we have the perfect thing. The 10th anniversary of the SRQ Improv Festival starts tomorrow at the Florida Studio Theater in Sarasota. John joins us now with how you can get in on all the fun. John?
Well, Luella joins us here, Luella, and we have to say, I've said it year after year, this is one of my favorite events of the year.
Oh, thank you very much, Don. Mine too.
It is hysterical.
I used to come here as a performer, and now I get to run the thing. It's a lot of fun.
Your official title at Florida Studio Theater is?
Director of Improvisation.
Okay, now improv something for me. Don't you love it when people do that? So this is an incredible event. This is, people come from all over the world to participate in this, groups from all over the world. Tell us some of the countries that are represented.
Sure, so 2 of our international groups this year. One of them is coming in from Spain, from Madrid, and another one's coming in from Strasbourg, France. They do a lot of global touring, win a lot of awards over there. And you know what's the funny thing is that I mean both of these countries are neighboring each other, but they're not going to. These 2 groups are not meeting until they arrive here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
But it's going to be great to have both of them here. And then we have groups from all over the country as well: Chicago, New York, LA, all the comedy hotbeds, Austin, Atlanta.
I have seen things at this improvisational festival that you would not believe. I mean, it's such crackling good fun, bright, witty people there, just an amazing, split your side, roll on the floor kind of laughing experience.
Exactly, and then we're going to have a lot of the old favorites are coming back, and you're going to get to see a lot of that high energy stuff that our audiences have gotten used to.
Yeah.
But we also have some of the best groups in the country that are performing stuff that will blur the lines between improv and scripted theater. Like, you're not going to believe this stuff is improvised. We have one group, Improv Theater out of LA. They're doing an improvised Tennessee Williams play, like completely in the style of Tennessee Williams. Meanwhile, Baby Wants Candy, they're doing an improvised Broadway musical.
I have seen this in previous years there, where I think one year I saw an improvised Shakespearean play.
Yeah.
And you would swear there's no way that that could be improvised, but it absolutely is. The audience gives suggestions, they create a play, and it comes out, and you're crying, you're laughing so hard.
And another great thing is that we do have workshops, so if folks want to learn how to do this, they could take those on Saturday as part of the festival.
And my wife and I did that one year, and it was a great deal of fun. It really was. It was just hysterical. I cannot recommend it enough. If you've never been there, let me give you an idea of what happens, right? And you just chime right on in here anytime you want. All 3 days, you're given a ticket for the day, or you can buy individual shows, but your best bet is to get at least a day pass.
Exactly.
And you go from theater to theater to theater in the complex of theaters that's at Florida Studio Theater. You catch a 1-hour show, you go to another theater, you catch another 1-hour show, you just keep busy all day long until, you've lost all your moisture from crying with laughter.
Yeah, your cheeks are hurting from all that laughing.
It's true.
It is, yeah. But that's exactly it. You could spend the entire weekend or just a full day there, and we keep it going as late as we can because every night has an after party, which it's for our actors, but all audience members are invited as well.
Will, thanks so much for coming in today. Seriously, one of the best things on the Suncoast. Scott?
All right, John, thank you so much. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a legendary singer back on the stage. Well, how fans of Roy Orbison can now see him in concert. Straight ahead.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
So here we have it. I'm just going to tear a little fresh basil. I have a piece down on top of the chicken, then I have a nice long roasted red pepper under there. Layers of flavor with the arugula, salad with a little bit of fennel, lots of lemon, some grilled asparagus. Great dish for leftover grilled asparagus. So if you made it the night before, you're going to want to do that. The lemon vinaigrette by itself on the asparagus with some shaved Parmesan is going to be delicious. Now, if you want this simple recipe, just go on to mysuncoast.com, click on the dining page, and you'll get the recipe, you'll get video, and make sure you go on our restaurant page because you'll get to see what's happening all around the Suncoast with our restaurant partners, get some new blogs and recipe tips and trends and restaurant reviews. So while I tuck into a healthy chicken cutlet, I'm going to send it back to you guys to finish it up.
All right, Judy, thank you so much. So you want to see a classic rocker in concert? Well, anything you want, you got it. Here's David Daniel with where you can see Roy Orbison in concert.
You're not seeing or hearing things. That's rock and roll legend Roy Orbison, who died 30 years ago and is ready to launch a North American tour. Base Hologram, which creates live entertainment attractions, has announced North American tour dates for In Dreams, Roy Orbison in Concert, the Hologram Tour. The combination of holographic laser imaging, digitally remastered arrangements of his hits, and a live backing orchestra was a hit in Europe. The North American tour launches October 1st in Oakland, California. A new way to see the Hollywood sign up close. The Warner Brothers lot in Burbank is on the back side of Mount Lee, home of the famous sign. And the studio is proposing a $100 million Hollywood Skyway, which would take visitors more than a mile up to a visitor center near the sign in about 6 minutes. The studio says it would cut down on traffic in the residential areas near the sign. The plan would need to pass an environmental impact report and get city approval.
Welcome to God's promise. And you are at an age where you are especially vulnerable to evil.
Change will come through God, but within me.
The Miseducation of Cameron Post stars Chloe Grace Moretz as a girl sent to a gay conversion therapy camp after she's caught in a car with another girl. The official trailer just dropped for the indie film, which is getting strong reviews. The movie debuts in limited release August 3rd. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Country music star Justin Aldean and his wife Brittany Kerr are expecting another child. The couple made the announcement with simultaneous Instagram posts. 41-year-old Aldean saying, "Guess who's going to be a big brother?" His wife commenting, "Here we go again." The couple welcomed their first child named Memphis in December. Aldean also has 2 teenage daughters from a previous marriage. Sad day in the world of dogs. Zsa Zsa, the Minnesota canine who recently won the world's ugliest dog contest, has died. The 9-year-old English bulldog, known for her long tongue, died in her sleep. Zsa Zsa lived in a Missouri puppy mill for 5 years before she was bought by a nonprofit. Too bad, but she got to have some attention and love from across the world.
Went out with a bang.
Winning that contest, yeah.
Sure
definitely.
did. Yeah, cute dog. Looking at pretty quiet weather, maybe a few thunderstorms a little bit later on, but Bob will have more at 5.
Okay, 4 o'clock. We'll see you at 4, everyone.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small, so Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration. Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.